Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. So let's start as always with the calendar. Calendar is quite busy today. We do have GDP from Eurozone in 1 hour. We already had GDP from Italy, slightly worse than expectations. We had unemployment rate from Germany in line with expectations. Also jobs data from Japan, slightly better. And we will have speech from Bank of Canada governor in 11 hours, still a lot of time. Inflation from Germany will be also important for traders today, but real fireworks will happen tomorrow on Wednesday. As you can see, inflation from Australia Central Bank, Bank of Japan, with their decisions, and inflation from Eurozone. Super important data for the traders. With that being said, let's look at the charts, and on the charts we will analyze instruments from the scratch. I have 3 instruments prepared for you, which are from the Trading Sniper video. So on the Trading Sniper video I was talking about American dollar to Japanese yen, about gold and about Bitcoin. And American dollar to Japanese yen, well, we do have a strength of the American dollar again. I think that American dollar should be much stronger in the next few days or even weeks. And to support that, I have, for example, the situation on the American dollar to Japanese yen, which for the past 2 weeks was trying to defend and trying to break the long-term uptrend line, which connects higher lows since the end of March. They were very close to the breakout. Actually, they made 2 breakouts. First one was here, and second one was on Friday and at the beginning of the week. But those 2 breakouts were false breakouts, fake breakouts. And as it usually happens after the false breakout, we have a strong movement in the opposite direction, and that is what's happening. So the price defended 61.8, came back above the major uptrend line, then used that uptrend line as a support after the breakout, then broke the major resistance from the previous week. So this dynamic downtrend line, and went higher. That creates kind of a double bottom formation, 1, 2, 2 bottoms on let's say 61.8 on the uptrend line. And this situation is very bullish and opens us a way towards those highs from the beginning of October. So the sentiment on the American dollar to Japanese yen is definitely positive. Then we have a gold. Gold which bounced from the ultra important horizontal resistance here, which was kind of expected. I was telling you that it's an awesome place for a take profit action after those gains here. Why? Well, first of all, the price respected Fibo, and the price started to respect Fibo here on 23.6. Also, all Fibos are in line with the recent price movements, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, support. So it was more than certain that the price will respect those Fibos, and it will be better seen on H1 or H4 that the price tested 38.2 once, twice, 3 times, and then a breakout. But that was a false breakout. So after the price came back below, so here on Friday, it was not certain, but again, false breakouts bring you strong movements in the opposite direction, and it's very, very common. So many traders expected that after this false breakout was established, and it was clear here when this candle closed, that the price should go lower. That creates kind of a double top formation. First top, second top, that's the neckline of this formation. And the closest aim is obviously here, 23.6. That's the target for this drop. So the sentiment in the short term is negative. In the long term, I think they will try to break this resistance again. We will see. But this triangle ends and we are entering the stage of a flag, which is not very good for the buyers actually, because flag is a trend continuation pattern. Bounce, maybe a bounce here, then another test. If we'll get a double top here on a bigger time frame, and then a breakout of 3.6, that will be a super strong sell signal. But it's not gonna happen this week, it's not gonna happen today. It's just one of the scenarios for the next few weeks. Now Bitcoin finally ended the sideways trend, which was with us since Monday, 15th of October. So the volatility was killed completely. We're locked inside of the movements of like how many? $140, which is nothing for the Bitcoin. And finally we got a breakout. Well, we were not surprised that we got a breakout to the downside. That's how every trend continuation pattern ended. So downswing flag, downswing flag, downswing rectangle, downswing. Naturally, the closest target is the yellow area, which is with us since the end of October, and it's the most important level in 2018. It's the crucial support for this instrument. What is very important is that every bounce from this line is smaller and smaller and smaller. Large bounce, smaller, 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 and boom, maybe it's the time that we should get this breakout. We will see. Apart from the horizontal support, what do we have is a dynamic support here. Low, low, low. In my opinion, the price should get to this area. So I'm expecting the price to get to 6,000, let's say $60 for one Bitcoin. So still a drop for like $180. And now those were the instruments from the trading sniper video. So let's analyze other instruments. I always do that at the very beginning of the week. Let's check the euro dollar, because euro dollar, we missed euro dollar last week. We did not analyze euro dollar. Well, we did at the very beginning, but the situation was not interesting, so I did not keep this instrument on my radar. What's happening here is a breakout of the horizontal support. You can see that pretty clearly. This is this horizontal support, low, low, low. Support was later tested as a resistance here, and the price is going down, making lower lows and lower highs. But still, the situation here is not very technical. I don't like how this instrument looks like. As you can see on a daily chart, the last 4 days is more of a sideways trend, so it's a lottery. It's a lottery in my opinion. I don't like to trade in the conditions like that. So again, euro dollar will not be in the area of my interest this week. Let's check the Australian dollar with the Canadian dollar. What is happening here? With the daily chart, nothing. H4 nothing, H1 nothing. Australian dollar to Swiss franc is approaching very important resistance, which may be a great occasion for the sellers. So we have this resistance here. We have this support here. And the price is going down, like downswing correction, downswing correction, downswing correction, most probably a downswing. But for the downswing, what we need to see here is a bounce from this horizontal resistance, possibly with like a shooting star candle, and we were seeing that here, but the bounce was really, really small. Maybe we'll get that again. So this instrument stays on the platform. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. Okay, that is interesting because there is this downtrend line. It's supposed to be like this, and there is this neckline of the inverse shoulder formation. Also, what I want to show you here is this horizontal support, which makes this a false breakout, and now we are witnessing a confirmation of this because the price is having the strong movement in the opposite direction. In my opinion, we can get a reversal test of the neckline and a further upswing, and the further upswing should aim this line, which is almost a horizontal line. Okay, let's make it blue. Okay, it's like this. It's gonna stay here. Ooh, not new order, I'm sorry. What I want is a new chart. What we are having here on the Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, that was the second contact with the horizontal resistance, along with the neckline of this head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. So now this resistance got rejected, which is interesting, but at the same time we do have a they try to create an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Definitely the breakout of this line will give us a buy signal. So the price getting here, that's a buy. When to sell? It's hard to tell in this situation. Maybe you have a support like this. Which may be an invitation to go short. Which may be an invitation to go short. This instrument stays. Australian dollar to American dollar. Maybe the selling potential is over here. This is the downtrend line. We all know about this downtrend line. Price is still making lower lows and lower highs, fair enough. But most recently what the price created is here, false reversal. False breakout, I'm sorry. For now, we don't have a buy signal yet. But in my opinion, breakout of this area can be potentially negative for the sellers. Sellers are fully controlling the situation, obviously. Okay, but we have to wait for the situation to develop. So let's leave this. Oh, you can see that setups on the Australian dollar are having interesting situations here. Next one is Canadian dollar to Swiss franc. That's a sideways trend, nothing. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, nothing. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. There is this downtrend here, like this. There is this horizontal resistance here. There is this neckline which is already broken here. Okay, so left shoulder, head and right shoulder. I would say that price getting over the blue line will be a strong buy signal, so I'm gonna leave this one here. Euro to Australian dollar now. Euro to Australian dollar is having a double top formation here, but for the proper sell signal we need to see the breakout of this horizontal support. What about Euro to Canadian dollar? Euro to Canadian dollar, nothing. I don't see a good setup here. Euro to Swiss franc. So that was one of my setups which I liked. What was happening here was a flag. Oh, wait a minute. Here. That was a flag. Now the upper line of the flag. We also had a horizontal resistance. Oh, we still have it, right? And then the price has this area. Support, 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 resistance, resistance, resistance. And as long as we stay above this, below this orange line, we do have a negative sentiment for the Euro to Swiss franc. Long story short, right? Euro to British pound. And this is beautiful because we said that the upswing most probably will happen. So we had this downtrend line, right? We had this horizontal resistance and support. The price was below this downtrend line and the horizontal resistance. So here we had a sell signal. Price goes down. But then the price breaks the... Okay. The price breaks the downtrend line and the horizontal resistance, then use that as a support and goes higher. And this is an invitation to go long. This is a buy signal on Euro to British pound. Euro to Japanese yen. This is interesting because the price creates an inverse and a shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. What we are missing for the buy signal is the breakout of this orange line. So the price getting above the orange line is a legitimate signal to go long on this instrument. Yes, this is the situation, so let's leave it. Now Euro to New Zealand dollar. Hammer on the daily chart on a horizontal support. Well, this can be a good setup on a daily chart. We'll see if we will get hammer here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want this. I want this. So there is this resistance, this resistance, this resistance, and this support. Price as for now is below this area, but price getting above this area, so drawing a hammer on the daily candle will be a strong buy signal. Euro dollar, there was euro dollar, British pound, Australian dollar. Let's check this one out. Correction, downswing, correction, downswing, downswing, correction. Nothing. British pound to Canadian dollar. And there is something. So on this instrument we had a triangle. Actually it is a pennant because pennant is much smaller than a triangle. They look the same, but the difference is just that the pennant is present on the smaller time frames and triangle on the bigger time frames. We do have this horizontal support, downswing, pennant. We should see a further downswing. What is also interesting here, first thing, is that we do have a false breakout here above the uptrend line. So that is a false breakout above the uptrend line, but also above this horizontal resistance. So yes, with the setup like this and breakout from this from this pennant, we should see the further drop. The only obstacle here is this horizontal support, but the price breaking the lower green line will be an invitation to go short. This is a good one. British pound to Swiss franc now. Nothing. Here, nothing. That is interesting. So, resistance. Upper line of the ascending triangle. And all this, ladies and gentlemen, is a false breakout above the horizontal resistance. And that is what? That is a daily chart. What is interesting is that in the bigger time frame, that is, maybe let's change the color. Blue is fine. And blue here. $38.2, beautiful. Oh, what is also beautiful is this as 23.6 as a potential target for this movement. Yes, this is nice. Unfortunately, one bad thing in this case is the risk to reward ratio, because if you sell here, stop loss needs to be somewhere here, 370 pips, take profit 500, let's say 600. So the risk to reward ratio is not very good. Let's check one more time. So here 350, yes, risk to reward ratio is bad, but overly if you believe in this setup in the long term, like getting here 350 pips stop loss and 2700 pips profit. Yes, this is the technical situation on the British pound to New Zealand dollar. And I think that with this we will end this part of the technical analysis of the daily analytical report. So we analyze many instruments live in front of you, which is always the best option because you see how I do this. But let's recap the situation. So American dollar to Japanese yen, that is a positive sentiment. Gold, that is short-term sell. Bitcoin, that is short-term sell. Australian dollar, Swiss franc, that is in case of a bounce from the orange area, that will be sell. Australian dollar to Japanese yen, breakout of the orange of this line will be a buy. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, price getting to the checkpoint will be a strong buy. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, price breaking the orange line will be a buy. Swiss franc to Japanese yen, price getting to the checkpoint will be a strong buy. Euro to Swiss franc, that is still sell. Euro to Japanese yen, price getting to checkpoint will be a buy. Euro to New Zealand dollar, price closing a day above the orange area will be buy. British pound to Canadian dollar, price closing below the green line will be sell, and the British pound to New Zealand dollar, that is long-term super strong sell signal. So guys, thank you very much for attending the daily analytical report. Now a short break, and after that we'll have an educational webinar about the basics of the forex market. Thanks very much and goodbye and good luck. And obviously in the meantime, visit our Twitter account and our website and our Facebook and our YouTube channel, everything. Thanks and see you soon.